Alright, this is question 10 on linear law. So now what we see here is that there's experimental values here again, related by this nonlinear equation. And most importantly, they say that one of the values of y was recorded wrongly. Okay, we will deal with that later, okay, in part 2. But first of all, given the experimental values and the nonlinear equation, we see that they want us to draw a straight line graph of y over x against x. So this is very important, this is your clue. This is your vertical axis of y, and this will be your horizontal axis of x. So let's deal with the nonlinear equation here first. So basically, if I were to rewrite it, y equals to ax, x plus b, I'm going to multiply it first out and get ax squared plus abx. Okay, so this is still not the y equals mx plus c form that I need, because on this side I have both terms here with variables still with them. Okay, so I'm going to divide by x throughout to get this. So now clearly we have y equals to mx plus c. So how do I know I had to do this? You can always double check the clue over here. So there you have it, y mx plus c. Okay, so now to further draw this line, basically I'll refer to my graph paper. And once again, given the experimental values of x and y, I will need to find the values of y over x. So I'm just taking these values and divide them accordingly. So I will have 14, 18, 15, 26, 30, and 34.2. Okay, given that I plot this very quickly, I will get a graph that looks like this. Okay, horizontal axis x, vertical axis y over x. So here, clearly, if we're going to get a straight line, this point is out of the straight line. So I'll just continue to draw a straight line through anyway and continue. Okay, so now I'll continue to answer the questions that come. Okay, use your graph to estimate the values of a and b. So we have y over x is equals to ax plus ab. Okay, so now similar to other linear law questions, a represents the gradient and ab is the y-intercept. So I'm going to first find the gradient, which will correspond to my a value, and I'm going to take it from points along the line. So once again, please choose points that are easy to read on the graph. So let me just choose maybe this one, which is around 5.5 and 32, and somewhere else, maybe here, which happens to be 1.5 and 16. Okay, so now find the gradient with using these 2 points. So 32 minus 16 divided by 5.5 minus 1.5. Okay, that gives us a value of, oh nice, exactly 4. So therefore a takes on a value of 4 immediately. Alright, now to continue to find b, I'll first write out the equation with the newly found gradient value as this. Normally I would now just substitute a point into the equation and then find the value of b. However, there is now actually staring at us a faster way of finding b. What is that? Yes, as you can see, actually here you already can read off the y-intercept value. So from here actually you know that the y-intercept, which is AB, takes on a value of 10. Furthermore, A is 4, right? So you have 4b equals to 10, and hence the value of b is 2.5. That's it. So sometimes you don't need to substitute the points in. You can actually read off the y-intercept value from the y-axis, or rather the vertical axis. Okay, but please bear in mind, this can only be done when both the vertical and horizontal axis start off from 0. Next, part 2. It says here, identify the wrong reading for y and estimate its correct value. So, basically, this is the wrong value. Okay, but be careful, this is the wrong value for the vertical axis of a horizontal x and vertical y over x. So basically, the correct value should be here. But be very careful what you're reading here. This point corresponds to 3 and around, I think, 22. Okay, be careful what your x's are. 3 represents x and 22 actually represents y over x. In other words, y over x is the value of 22 and x takes on a value of 3, and hence what is the value of y? Actually, it should be 66. And there you have it. Oops. This was the wrong reading for y. Oh wait, I'm not really answering the question. The wrong reading for y actually is for this point here. So if I take a look at it, it's actually over here, this one. So the wrong reading of y is 45 and it should be the value of 66.